Mark, and Chris is off in the background somewhere. I will forever know the names of every band member of Hawthorne Heights thanks to the questions we were asking at the Battle of the Bands last Saturday at HB Social Club. All right, well, aloha, everybody. My name is Flash from Star 1019, Hawaii's Alternative. Thank you so much for coming out to the Hawaiian Financial Music Hall today for Hawthorne Heights. Again, we are streaming this live, so if you called in sick, if you're here with someone you're not supposed to be, etc., it's not our fault. Plan accordingly. Just get on out of the view of the camera, I guess. And believe it or not, someone got busted for that once when we did this. So, I mean, just be smart. Heads up.
Hey, Hawaii is a party area.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming out. This has been super cool. Very different and unique as opposed to when most bands fly out for a show. You're typically flying in 12 to 36 hours before the show at most. I've known several bands fly in and out on the same day. You guys have been here for a while now. I know you were at Hawaiian Brian's last Saturday, so you've been here for at least that long. But how long have you guys been here exactly?
Well, we're on island time, so we can't tell you exactly how many days we've been here. We will be staying for 10 total, though. And those people that are not spending as much time as they can here are doing it wrong, because this is one of the most beautiful places in the world. The people are so friendly and everybody's nice. You have every sort of geography captured somehow in one little area. And we're living the dream, man. We're having a great time.
Got it. Time is a flat circle for you guys right now.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's everything to the festival and then everything after the festival.
So let's talk about the festival a little bit. Hawaii is for Lovers. It's this Saturday, Wet and Wild. Now, I originally thought you guys were just doing this cool, like they're doing this one-off thing and they're calling it, embedding Hawaii into the name. It's so clever. Well, obviously, most of us here know now it's actually part of a bigger festival. The insert your city name or state name here is for Lovers Festival. And I was wondering, because you guys are kind of like the promoters and the founders of this festival, did it originally start off as a one-off, like you just did one sort of hometown show with a full lineup of your friends and you're like, this is awesome, let's take it on the road? Or did you always envision it as something bigger?
Yeah, I mean, I would say both of those. We
started. Nailed it, actually. Yeah, you actually nailed it.
It was like Wikipedia. Yeah. But we started in our hometown of Dayton, Ohio, and had been running Dayton is for Lovers for a couple of years, just to kind of showcase local talent and to show local bands that if you work hard enough and try hard enough and have your stuff together, that you can move from a local band to a regional band to a national band. And we started in Dayton, Ohio because that's where we're from, but most importantly, we wanted to give the people from our area the same hopes and dreams that we had. And it's just kind of really spread from there because, not everybody's from New York and LA. And, here, I bet a lot of bands feel really isolated and feel like it maybe can't happen for them because they're from an island. And who's flying in? It's you're all local and everything, but we're just here to always tell everybody that it doesn't matter where you're from. It matters where you end up every other day, and you can kind of control your own destiny. And that was our whole thing about it. And we started in our hometown, and then we were trying to select our favorite places in the world, and that was really the whole ethos of it, was to just try to bring our, the fans' favorite bands to Hawthorne Heights' favorite cities and states. And that's what we're trying to do.
So that was going to lead into my next question is how does Hawaii make the cut? But I think you just answered that. You just wanted to come here on vacation.
We will come every single time we're invited. We will come when we're not invited. It was the natural progression. Last year we did 3 for fun, and we had no idea what it would turn into. Obviously, we did one in Cincinnati, which is the biggest city in our biggest following. It makes total sense. But then we did a weird place like Wichita, Kansas, and you don't think about that much, but that was the very first time that Hawthorne Heights was ever played on the radio. like on the Real Deal radio. They were the first people to take a chance on emo, like in 2004. So we were like, all right, we're going there just because we want to. And then Denver is just beautiful. So like Hawaii
and weed is legal
next.
or whatever.
It definitely is, and it definitely was.
Now, when you say that radio station in Wichita took a chance on emo, it wasn't called emo back then, right?
Yeah.
What were they labeling you guys as?
Probably just outcasts. They were probably like, hey, for some reason all these kids have flat ironed hair and they're all wearing black, and we got to figure out what to do with these people. So like, you know, like the scene got so big and the radio was not a part of it early on, and we were drawing thousands of people, and the radio was like, we're not even playing these guys. How is this happening? So it was like this big groundswell of underground people that were all listening to the same type of music. You know, this was like the dawn of social media and internet marketing and stuff like that. So like, for lack of a better term, we were a part of a little movement that was kind of similar to when we were kids, when the grunge movement happened. And like out of nowhere, Nirvana's massive, but nobody was playing Nirvana to start off with, and all the MTV and the stations had to get together and say, guys, something's happening here. We're not a part of it. We need to get on board with it.
But ours was probably the first online movement. I mean,
yeah, it was. Like MySpace was.
Shout out to
massive,
Tom.
Yeah.
Everybody's friend, who, by the way, lives in Hawaii part-time.
Does he really?
Yeah. He goes to several, he loves his rock, and he goes to several shows a year at the Republic.
All right.
Very low pro. And he's wearing a different shirt than you would expect him to wear, unfortunately.
Well, if he's in town, I'm hitting him up on, I would hit him up on MySpace, but it's probably going to be IG now.
Tom, if you're watching, you're on the guest list.
Yes. Tom, tickets are on us. You've done more for us than you could ever think. But yeah, so all this stuff was happening like behind the scenes and everything, and it kind of created the first type of social network that bands could just look at people and be like, I look like that. I know they listen to the same bands as me, and then everybody became friends.
Yeah.
Now the internet's in a much darker spot. But back then, we were just trying to find other people who looked like us, acted like us, and listened to the same types of music, and it was all good vibes.
Yeah, and that was a cornerstone of MySpace. It was really about what kind of music are you into? What bands are you listening to? What songs from those bands are you listening to? Let's put a playlist together and a song on the homepage and all that. It really was very embedded and tied into music in a lot of ways, which is part of the reason why it was so successful so quickly.
Absolutely, and it had a very great community feature to it, which is things that you don't notice, but now you notice how like kind of separated everything feels sometimes. Back then, it was like you were just trying to find your people, and it was a great access tool for that. And that's one of the ethos of our festival as well, is to just try to have a bunch of different looking people on it, a bunch of different, like, people who just want to be who they are. Everybody's included in this festival, and we try to get the bands that like reflect that same ethos. And because of that time period, it was all about community. It was all about trying to find people that love the same things as you and would not outcast you for any reason, no matter what.
I love it, and I would love now to hear some music.
Sure.
From Hawthorne Heights, let's give it up live from the Hawaiian Financial Music Hall with Star 1019.
All right. Full disclosure, we have not played in about 3 weeks. We're going to do this the best we can. I wish we were better at, like, island style, but we're
our
just going
last
to play
acoustic show was on a cruise ship, so that's kind of island style.
How long ago was that?
6 months ago or something like
Okay.
that. We're basically parrot heads.
Oh.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right.
All right.
These colors will not change. You change the way I see them. These words will fade when you explain why you hate them. We are the same. She keeps repeating all that she needed. She said she's right here. She seems so distant, saying goodbye. This time, the same old story. seeing you cry, it makes me feel like saying sorry. Just a few last hours, we gotta make this count. We're counting backwards, a few last hours, we gotta make this count. We're falling forward, she keeps repeating all that she needed. She said she's right here. She seems so distant, saying goodbye. This time, the same old story. Seeing you cry, it makes me feel like saying sorry. Saying goodbye. This time, the same old story. Seeing you cry, it makes me feel like saying sorry. Saying sorry, we're falling apart. I wish we knew this from the start. Saying goodbye's the hardest part. I wish we knew this from the start. Saying goodbye. This time, the same old story. Seeing you cry, it makes me feel like saying sorry. Saying goodbye. This time, seeing you cry, it makes me feel like saying sorry.
Hawthorne Heights. That will
Thank
never
you.
not be funny.
Oh, yeah.
You guys want to do one more before we
Yeah.
talk story a little more?
Yeah.
You guys want to hear another one for Hawthorne Heights?
I think we should. Which one are we doing?
Live from the Hawaiian Financial Music Hall
This
here
is-
on Star 1019.
This is a premiere right now. We're going to do
Ooh.
a premiere, a song that we've never played on the island before. We hope you guys like it.
On a record, it features Anthony from Bayside, who's
On the
playing
festival
Saturday.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yes. If he was here, we'd have him, but we don't, so we just got these guys. They're pretty
Just the
sick,
boys.
too, though.
The boys.
Yeah.
Way to save it.
I got a troubled heart. It's beating down like the sun. I wasted most of my life. I spent these years on the run. These gray skies turn to night. Everything feels like winter. Sometimes feel like nothing at all. I'll spray paint it black if it blocks out the sun. Burn it all down with the sparks from our love. When I look in your eyes, feel like it just catch fire. This damn troubled heart, it's got me sinking so low. Spending 6 months apart, I know it's never enough. These gray skies turn to night. Everything feels like winter. But sometimes feel like nothing at all. I'll spray paint it black if it blocks out the sun. Burn it all down with the sparks from our love. When I look in your eyes, feel like I just catch fire.
Burn, burn me down.
Capsize, carry on or just slow down.
Burn me down.
All the days I'm gone, this is your song.
I know you'd never don't mean you like being alone. When I know what it's like to have it slip through your hands, so I shake, shake, shake like a spray paint can. I'm trying to remember my way home.
Spray painted black if it blocks out the sun. Burn it all down with the sparks from our love. When I look in your eyes, feel like I just catch fire.
Burn, burn, burn me down.
Capsize, carry on or just slow down.
Burn, burn, burn me down.
Capsize, carry on or just slow down.
Burn, burn me down.
All the days I'm gone, this is your song.
How awesome was that? Star 1019 live in the Hawaiian Financial Music Hall with Flash and Hawthorne Heights. Now, you guys mentioned the bass player from Bayside was on that song?
Singer. The singer from Bayside,
okay.
yeah.
So he is, or Bayside's one of the national acts performing along with you guys at the Hawaii is for Lovers Festival this Saturday. We also have state champs, Mayday Parade, Emory as well, and in addition to our local bands, Kill Tuco and 8250, which I'll get into in a minute. But I noticed on the festival, even though you guys are playing this Is for Lovers Festival all over the country, the national acts besides you guys also change and rotate, and I wonder what the thought process is behind that. Who gets to be, the lucky ones that get chosen? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the more interesting parts of it is, we're always trying to find ways to hang out with bands that we love and bands that are our friends. So there's always a couple of first asks, because we know they're like good vibe people. They fit the ethos. We have a long history with them. And then there's also like the whales, bands that we want to get that we just simply love, and every once in a while we're able to pull something off and we're like, I can't believe they're playing our festival. Yeah. That's incredible. But really it just comes down to it's all fan friendly. So like we want to try to put together a collection of bands that we know that fans of this style of music have been listening to for most of their lives. And we're trying to just recapture that magic that when you were standing in a parking lot at Warped Tour, or when you first saw somebody in a little tiny venue and you saw that band blossom from a basement venue to, being on MTV or being massive.
For the kids out there, MTV actually used to play music. It's a fun fact.
Consider it TikTok.
Yes, exactly. Another thing I noticed from a standpoint of the festival and the national acts, which I've definitely never seen this before in the thousands of shows I've been involved in, is you guys aren't even the headliner of your own show. You guys are actually in the lineup of all the bands, including the local bands. You're just about in the middle. And clearly there's a rhyme and a reason for that, but I'm just puzzled as to why. I've never met such a selfless, egoless band when it comes to that.
Yeah, we get that question a lot because, like, the normal thing would be for you to, like, cram your name at top and then make everybody play underneath you. But our whole goal is to have acts that are way larger than us, that we look up to, that we love, and that the fans love. So, like, the whole idea is there is no ego involved. We're trying to put on the best show for everybody. And that starts with the top line, the headliners, but it also goes down to, like, every one of our festivals has local band representation that we choose personally. And, and we'll be in there digging into the bands like Instagrams and stuff like that, finding out who is really trying out there, who has a great local presence and stuff like that. So that's one of our favorite parts of it. We grew up in a tiny scene in Dayton, Ohio. We're trying to, like, foster that creativity in everybody's local scene and show them you're just one opportunity away from potentially another bigger opportunity.
Yeah, in fact, you hear a lot of stories of national acts, and a lot of them do have, it boils down to a single make or break show or performance, or nowadays it's a lot of viral things, but a lot of big successful acts can pinpoint like a turning point in their career, and you never know what that's going to be, and half the time it's not what you planned it to be.
Absolutely. You know, every single thing that has been some sort of successful has a watershed moment. And that's not necessarily you hit the lottery. It could be you played a festival and it made you completely pivot your priorities and go, I want that moment for the rest of my life. And I'm going to give up everything to chase it. Sometimes people don't realize that they're not doing everything that they can do because they're, you know, they have other priorities. So sometimes it aligns you. And like you just have one little tiny opportunity and you run with it.
You just have to say yes long enough that something happens.
Sometimes that is 100% accurate.
And ignore all the no's, too, along the way. Yeah, it was crazy. So for those of you that don't know, Hawthorne Heights actually judged the Battle of the Bands last Saturday at the HB Social Club. And the winner of the Battle of the Bands got to open for the festival this Saturday. And a couple interesting things happened along the way. Number one, before I went, I hosted it, and they said, well, Hawthorne Heights is going to judge it. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then I got there, and it was like, oh, they're actually, not only is it Hawthorne Heights, it's the actual band, not like the tech crew or the roadies, but it was the full band. It was all of you guys that were judging it, and that made everybody in the room and all the bands feel so special. And they felt like what they were doing really mattered as opposed to your typical Battle of the Bands, which that was in and of itself amazing. And then, of course, when it came time to announce the winner, you actually said, well, both of the finalists are the winners. And Kill Tuco and 8250 both are now getting to open for the festival, which I thought was incredible. But when I was talking to Chris, your drummer, backstage, he goes, oh yeah, no, we do this this isn't like a one-time thing. This happens every time we do this festival. We do something like this because the local scene is so important. And I was wondering, for all the local musicians in the audience and that are listening right now, you know, why you guys think that's so important and why that whole local scene and supporting your local scene is important.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most important thing because it's where it starts. Like, if you don't have a strong local scene, you can't have a strong regional scene. And then you can't have a strong national scene that comes from that local scene. Everybody is from someplace. Typically, it all starts in, like, the local clubs and the local bars. A lot of times people, like, don't even have a place to play like that, so they have rental halls. They'll just put down their money. They'll run the show themselves. And it's the single most important thing that you can do. A lot of bands don't think about things like the business aspect. They only think about things as being fun. Well, it's really fun if you know how to operate your business as well. And like our number one thing is digging into the local culture and telling everybody exactly why we're here and what we're trying to do. And like it starts with that. The hardest thing for us was picking winners because literally every single band was great. It's not always the case. Everybody sounded kind of different. When you're isolated on an island, that's an awesome thing because it sounded like Hawaii. We cannot get that where we're from, and that was one of our favorite parts of it. And these bands have no idea that they sound like Hawaii, by the way. They're just sounding like bands to them. And for us, it was like awesome to just see everybody doing something just a tiny bit different, but within the world that we exist in as well. And while we were looking through all their Instagrams and stuff, you know, like I found this band called Darlington that I thought was awesome. And literally just hit them up on Instagram and I said, I need to find a spot for them. They need to play someplace. So they're playing our pre-party tonight. And like it's little things like that like, that's why we're not headlining our festival. We're trying to find other people to make them big enough to headline our festival. You know, like that's the whole vibe is we're trying to like dig into the culture that we're coming into. You know, like we're not trying to be outsiders in Hawaii. We're trying to be honorary Hawaiians. We love this place. You know, like I held an octopus 2 days ago. You know, like we're here trying to like live this vibe. And, you know, like we show up to the Battle of the Bands and we're like out on a boat 2 hours before, and we're like, we got to get back. We got to stop having fun because we're going to get there in time for the first band. That was our main goal. We just take it seriously, and we think that if all the locals see what we're doing, they will hopefully understand that this is a great festival, and that if your music scene supports it, we can continue to support your bands as well. That's the whole thing about this festival, is it's about growing your local scene to become nationals. You know, everybody just needs an opportunity. So we hope that everybody in the local scene, even if they didn't win, or even if they just play and didn't even play the pre-party or the VIP or anything like that, or Battle of the Bands, we hope that anybody that is a fan of rock music comes to this festival, because being on an island, a lot of people can't afford to come over here. You know, like, it costs so much. So like, when you got to take advantage of your opportunities. There are 6 bands coming here that haven't been here in years. A couple of them have never gotten to come to Hawaii. Like, this is the opportunity to support all these people and your local bands. That's the beauty of it. So if you like rock music, we don't care if you like emo or not. You're going to have fun at this festival.
That's right. It's this Saturday at Wet and Wild. Our own Ashley is going to be hosting it. I think doors are at 3. Show starts at 4. You can get tickets at wearemeta.com. That's meta with 2 T's, wearemeta.com. And as JT mentioned, the HB Social Club is hosting the official pre-party for it tonight with Darlington and I guess some other local bands that you picked. But also, there's going to be some DJs there tonight.
Yeah. We're looking forward to having a blast. You know, like, we invited all these bands to come in early to do this for the VIPs and anybody who just wanted a little bit of extra time with the bands. You know, because at a big music festival, you're not really going to see the bands walking around a whole lot. They'll kind of be in their area prepping for the show and stuff like that. This is the kind of event to, like, be face-to-face with some of these people for the very first time and to see them, like, DJing their favorite songs. A couple of us are playing acoustic, kind of like this. But this is the opportunity. And Hawaiian Brian's, I don't know if you guys have been there, but it's not a big place. So, like, if we're all floating around, you can walk right up to us and be face-to-face with somebody that lives thousands of miles away from you. And, like, don't be scared. Don't be shy. You know, like, just walk right up and say, hey, man, I'm really into your band. Thank you for coming to the island. Or, what do you think about where we live? You know, do you want to know where you should eat? Do you want to know where the best coffee is? Do you want to know where to hold an octopus? You know, like, these are all things that, like, these bands, sometimes we're more afraid of you than you are of us. You know, but we're like down. We're here to be in your community and have fun. So come out to the event tonight and have a good time. And
I mean, he's really putting his money where his mouth is. I was nervous last Saturday at the Battle of the Bands. You guys were so interactive with the fans, and that makes me nervous because from the background I come from in the concert industry, that's like a huge no-no, right? I spend all my time trying to make that not happen, those interactions happen. And I think even at one point on Saturday, I was trying to whisk you guys backstage because people were talking to you, and you guys were like, no, we're cool. I'm like, oh, okay.
The bar line went right in front of us, too. So we hung out with people while they're waiting for drinks. It was fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the whole vibe. The whole vibe is just having fun with everybody. And, like, you know, we're all literally on one planet together. Everything should be chill. You know, like, everything.
It should be.
Yeah, everybody should just be, like, hanging out, relaxing, and not creating problems for one another. You know, it seems easy. It seems very easy, but somehow we all get stressed for some reason or another. But
one more question I have for you guys before we get into your final couple songs. You kind of skipped over it. They are playing acoustically tonight at HB Social Club, yes. But there is some special guest DJs tonight, including yourselves. Now, you guys are all DJing like a 2x4 or tag team, or is it just one of you? How does this Hawthorne Heights DJ set work?
I think we'll split some duties. I think we'll all be up there, like, just yelling at each other for, like, play this next, play this. Nah, that song sucks. Play this.
Yes.
And there's emo and Hawthorne Heights themed drinks tonight.
Oh.
That are pretty sick.
Excellent. And there's a couple other of the bands from the festival are DJing tonight as well, correct?
Yep, Emery's going to be up there. I think they're going to DJ, and I think they're going to play a couple acoustic songs as well. Typically, we will all do stuff that you will not get at the festival either. So this, like I said, it's an opportunity to see some different things. State Champs is going to come by and do a DJ set. Bayside's doing a DJ set.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're doing everything we can to just show everybody a good time while we're here on the island.
That sounds like so much fun, right? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
If you don't have your tickets for the pre-party tonight, get them at wearemeta.com. Same place you can get your Hawaii's for Lovers Festival tickets for this Saturday at Wet and Wild. Right now, let's get back to the music here in the Hawaiian Financial Music Hall with Flash and Star 1019, Hawthorne Heights.
As we drift, we slip through evenings. We drive into the cold and dark with fingers crossed. I follow your eyes to avoid from getting lost. And all I had was a memory of what was. So let's pretend it never mattered to us.
fantastic set tonight at the HB Social Club for the official Hawaii is for Lovers pre-party. And then, of course, Saturday at Wet and Wild, hosted by our own Ashley, who's here floating around in the back, along with Bayside, Emory, Mayday Parade, State Champs, and the Battle of the Bands winners, 8250 and Kill Tuco. Hawaii is for Lovers Festival this Saturday, Wet and Wild. Get your tickets for both right now. WeAreMeta.com. We've got Hawaii is for Lovers merch in the back. Don't go anywhere. We're going to do a quick meet and greet with the band. Pull your phones out. Turn on your cameras. Get it out. Unlock it. Do whatever you need to do. We're going to parade you guys right in front of the band here on the stage real quick. One picture per group, and then as you're heading out, grabbing your merch, go ahead and get an autograph poster on the way out as well, and we'll take care of your parking. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Hawthorne Heights, thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys so much. Come and support your local musicians. Come and support the Nationals. Let's have a great time on Saturday, all right?
Don't forget to unlock your phones, pull your cameras right on up so we can get you guys in and out. One picture per group. And then as you head on out past the Hawaii is for Lovers merch table, we have an autograph poster for everybody, as well as your parking. Oh, that's right, that's right. Any of the Hawaii is for Lovers Festival ticket winners, Brendan has your tickets out front for those of you that haven't grabbed them. Quite a few of you have still to do that. Show Brendan your ID, give him your name. Brendan has your Hawaii is for Festival tickets for the winners of that. Feel free to grab a Monster on the way out. shout out to Papa John's Hawaii, Monster Coca-Cola, and Odom Hawaii for keeping everybody fed and hydrated today. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for throwing away your trash. Bailey Buckley, world famous photographer. Don't forget to get your parking validated right outside at the iHeart podium, as well as the autograph poster from Hawthorne Heights. We've got all that wonderful Hawaii is for Lovers merch there.